Hello, this is Lou Sabota. Another horrifying racist email issue has arisen. This time it's racist text messages and a video. These police officers decided to exchange text messages with a racial bias in a country where they disproportionately target people of other races, and even though those people actually commit more crimes, it's still disproportionate. Let's hear what this
text messages
person has to say.
6 reporter Michael Spears live in Fort Lauderdale right now at the police department with more reaction from local activists. Michael.
Keith, those activists, they have a lot to say about this. Surprised? Not so much. Some left wondering whether the police department's handling of the situation will be enough to stop something like this from happening again.
I could have told you that this was happening.
4 Fort Lauderdale police officers out of a job for racist text messages.
Yes, she could have told us. Anyway, these officers lost their jobs for racist text messages. Wow. Can you say thought police? And, yep, the psyops are starting to make sense, more and more sense. So yeah, anyway, this is connected to other videos I made, so if you look back, you'll notice I did a bunch of videos about all the racist email stories, which suddenly there's a ton of them. And as I understand it, the Jewish media coordinates with other Jewish departments, and one of the Jewish departments, I'm going to argue, would be the Office of Homeland Security, and they are over the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. What a great place to put Jews, right? And yeah, now you can become a cop, even if you are a foreign national. And you don't even have to be a citizen yet. You can go here, and before you're even a citizen, you can be a cop. But if you are an American cop, and you send a text message, and somebody thinks it exhibits bias, well then, it's all over for you.
Something like this from happening again.
I could have told you that this was happening.
And she could have told you that this was happening. And that's why we now have to have an army of foreigners in this country as police officers. Oh yeah, and there's also police officers, by the way, in the army. I mean, there's also foreigners, rather. There's foreigners in the army. And why don't we just, like, you know, why don't we just admit that, like, we're letting foreigners take over the country? Like, just invade by making them police officers and putting them in the army. Like, wouldn't that just be more honest? Well, yeah, we can't expect that from Jews. They're never honest. So, yep. Here you go. This is the takedown of America in progress. We got 25,000 non-U.S. citizens serving in the military. Oh, and this is all because they're struggling to connect with their increasingly diverse populations. Oh, so I see. So as we let more immigrants into the country that we shouldn't be letting in, and the cops can't deal with them because they're so racist, because all of a sudden all these foreigners are in the country committing crimes and stuff because they don't have any respect for America. That means the problem is, oh, fire the cops for reacting to that and replace them with foreigners. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I am so down with that. I said incredibly sarcastically, if you didn't pick up on it. Wow. I don't know. Again, I'm like just in shock that like everybody else isn't totally freaking out about this. Maybe you are, and you're just doing it in a very silent way somewhere, or you're just stockpiling weapons or something, and you're not making YouTube videos. So I wouldn't know, and or I just haven't seen them. But yeah, this is crazy. We are just we're being slowly but surely turned into another country, or just getting sucked into the New World Order, and this is part of it. And nobody who is speaking about it is being heard much because it's all the same message in the media that everyone should be so shocked and we should just fire people for sending texts or for having thoughts contrary to the opinions of the DHS, which bought, all those hollow point bullets and such, and they're apparently for us to kill off all the people who are left over who are actually real Americans. And that part of the story isn't really being broadcast much, but the horror of police officers who send racist texts, yes, that's being broadcast like crazy. And this is just a takedown of America. It's a slow, steady takedown where we're demonizing Americans because, we got to let all these foreigners in the country, and it's hard to deal with them if we don't make all the cops and the foreigners. Ho-ho! So, I would be very afraid if I were you, because it's pretty obvious the government is out to do us in, and they're setting us up more and more where it's like, now we're going to have all these cops who are foreigners, then we're going to have all these foreigners in the army, and then who's going to defend us? So I guess just you, but then they're going to want your guns, and there's going to be a big gun grab. It looks like it's all being set up, doesn't it? Or am I just insanely paranoid? I guess it's up to you to decide, but that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a incredibly hostile federal government moving against the American people, which isn't surprising because Obama is probably not a citizen, and he hates America. And he, had that preacher who hates America, and it's pretty clear that that's where he's coming from. And it doesn't even matter if he wasn't coming from there, just the fact that he's president, I guess. We're so Zionist-owned that, you must hate America if you became president, otherwise they wouldn't have let you get there. They would have lobbied you out of existence. AIPAC. So, yep, I guess it's not surprising. I mean, we should have probably, freaked out about this back in like 1912 or something. But we didn't. And this is where it leads when you don't water the tree of liberty. So congrats. Anyway, I'll keep following these developments, but it would appear that we are getting set up in a major way. Tell me your thoughts on the matter. Thanks.